Introduction of wall. Wall is a structural element used to separate or enclose a building. In a building, it forms the periphery of a room or building. In traditional masonry buildings, the walls support the weight of the floor and ceiling, but modern steel and reinforced concrete frames, as well as heavy wood and other skeletal structures only require the exterior walls as shelters and can sometimes dispense with them on the ground floor to permit easier access. Wall is a continuous, generally vertical structure, the length and height of which are proportionally thin, intended to provide shelter as an exterior wall or to divide a building into rooms or compartments as an interior wall. Types of wall: load-bearing wall, non-load-bearing wall, cavity wall, shear walls, partition walls, panel wall, veneered wall and faced wall. Construction stage of wall. The construction of walls is an important phase in the construction of a structure. It is built to carry loads from the floor to the wall below or to the foundation, as well as to separate areas inside structures. Construction sequence of wall: reinforcement placement, installation of formwork, production of concrete, concrete pouring, remove formworks, curing concrete wall. Introduction of staircase. Stairs are a conventional means of floor-to-floor access in a building. Stairs are known as a set of paths leading from one floor to another, and stairs are included as part of the surrounding buildings. Stairs are built to provide easy and safe up and down access with steps that are either cumbersome or difficult to climb in dense areas so as not to take up excessive floor area. Types of staircase: straight, L-shaped, winder, U-shaped, spiral, curved, bifurcated and ladder. Construction sequence of staircase: designing, foundation and support, building the formwork, steel reinforcement, concrete pouring, formwork removal, finishes on stairs. Introduction of window. A window is an aperture in a building's wall for the entry of light and air, generally covered by casements or sashes made of transparent material, such as glass, and capable of being opened and shut. Modern windows are commonly glazed or coated in some other transparent or translucent material, with a sash set in a frame in the aperture. Both the sash and the frame are referred to as a window. A large number of glazed windows may be opened to enable ventilation or closed to keep out adverse weather.
Types of window: panel window, fixed window, double bung window, sliding window, louved window, metal window, bay window, corner window, dormer window. Construction method of window: prepare a rough opening, mounting a window, finishing a window, lastly installing a window.
Introduction of door. A door is a fixed and movable barrier that is fixed in a doorway through a building wall or partition to provide access to the entrance of a building or room somewhere in a building. Door frames, the components of which are positioned at the top and the sides of the opening or entryway, hold the door in place. At the bottom of doorways, sills may or may not be provided. A window is classified as an aperture in a building's wall that serves one or more services such as natural light, natural ventilation, and vision. The method for forming the door is considered an important part of the present invention, in that the method makes it possible to produce a door of this type very economically without any substantial waste of material which would normally be necessary where the frame is constructed of plastic material and is continuous. The method is best showing the door panel and frame as it is in an intermediate stage. The frame, indicated by numeral 40, is formed as an integral part of panel 30. Thus a large sheet of plastic material can be formed into the panel and frame configuration in one operation with no loss of material, which would normally result if the frame were formed separately and the center discarded. The frame and panel are severed from one another on a line indicated to separate the two parts. After the panel and frame have been separated, the frame can then be secured in the opening in the wall of the camper, in the manner, and panel assembled in frame, either with or without inner panel. The purpose of inner panel is primarily to provide thermal insulation resulting from the space between the two panels. However, in some constructions the additional thermal protection is not required and panel can thus be eliminated.
Introduction of construction joint. Construction joints are required for the construction of any structure. Joints in concrete construction are unavoidable since we cannot complete the work in one piece. Vertical and horizontal construction joints are given at various construction phases depending on the type of structural components. The number of construction joints is determined by various criteria, including the availability of resources, the amount of time required to finish a pour, the mats. Types of construction joints: butt type construction joint, tong and groove, butt type with dowels and butt type with tie bars.